normally, when you reach to a certain point in your career, you know what I mean? You're always looking for growth.
Right,
You know what I mean? Like, because, from where I have started and where I have reached, I felt like, I need to get to another
Next level. Like, yo, you're not bigger than the program. I don't care how big of an artist you are. You're not bigger than the program. You need the program to survive. You need these DSPs. You need to show support. You need to show love. You need to really, you can't be bigger than the program itself. You know what I mean? Because without the program, you will cease to exist. Welcome to AudioSwim Podcast, the music hustle, where we talk about everything music business. I'm your host, Albert M. Carter, aka Berto Brown. And today we got one of my good friends, somebody I knew since I first got to the country of the UAE. We used to live in this small city called Alain. Man, I just seen the growth of this young man. Look, I'm so excited for this interview right now. We got Mackie from Mackie Entertainment in the building. What's going on, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We out here, man.
Yeah. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, bro.
Yeah. You coming off a good weekend?
Bro, being relaxed, man. Enjoying myself in Dubai.
Yeah.
Being a boy from Alain.
Yeah.
You understand? And come to the big city.
Yeah, come to the big city, right?
You know what I mean? And living the lifestyle of Dubai, enjoying, every single place, locations, destination in Dubai. It always feels different, man.
Right.
And right now I'm with Afrobeat, you already know. So
Yeah.
we're enjoying ourselves right here. We've been doing work. We've been actually working in different projects. So hopefully, it's gonna come and see the light soon.
100%. So look, man, for those who don't know, tell everybody how you got your start in the business and what made you pursue it. What made you go into it?
Getting into the business, talking about the entertainment business in general, right?
Yeah.
First of all, you know me, man. I'm from Al Ain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, from the start, I was actually the music business.
Yeah.
This is a time after COVID.
Right.
But the entertainment business is start from a city, it's called Al Ain City, right?
Right.
So that was the time where we used to go out all the time, enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Going clubs, listening to music and having fun. And going to the clubs and loving the music part actually came from the fact that my father is a musician. And the love, for the music came because it's in my DNA.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And your dad is just not like a regular musician, man. He's created anthems. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. We've been seeing my father making all the music back in the days, and also we saw the spotlights over him. And actually, when we saw that, we had this already.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the celebrity lifestyle that he has it from day one.
Right.
When people comes and take pictures with him, and
people running up and being fans. Yeah.
Exactly. So we had the love for the music, and then when we used to go out and have fun and enjoy the nightlife scene, going to Dubai every weekend, driving to Dubai every weekend. Then we had this thing in our mind, like we said, like, why not trying to bring this to our city? Because everybody knows that Al Ain City is like, it's a quiet city, right?
Yeah.
There is nothing much going on. You lived there for a while,
bro?
Yeah,
I was there for almost 6-7 years, man.
7 years, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then me and my best friends, we came with this, like we said, how about we start with something that we know and got it, you know what I mean? And we looked at the desert.
Right.
We looked at the desert and we thought about how about to bring some activities, you know what I mean, to the desert, you know what I mean? And then we started something called Al Ain Desert Dreams.
Okay, Al Ain Desert Dreams.
Yeah,
all right,
Desert Dreams. Yeah, we formed a group. It was 3 of us. And we start actually putting things together. We build the page. It was Facebook at that time. We made the group. It's called Al Ain Desert Dreams. We start inviting people that there is something about to happen. And after that, man, we just brought the entertainment.
Right.
I called a couple of my friends from Dubai. We booked them. We start promoting. It was actually amazing, man.
Yeah.
It was amazing. That was the beginning.
Right. So it's proof it doesn't matter where you're at, because you could create an environment where you're at, no matter where you at, because you started in a city where Al Ain is not Dubai, it's not Abu Dhabi. It's Alain,
It's
you know?
Alain, yeah.
And so it doesn't have to be a big city. You don't have to come from a big city to make sure that you can create your dreams, right? You can just create wherever you at.
Yeah, you know, to be honest, bro, that was actually, you know, I would take it from, you know, the point of it was just fun.
Right, right.
We're taking it, you know, you just want to do something, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Want to be more active in the city, letting people knows that what we can do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Once we started, you know, making the event happening, we saw the reaction of the people.
Yeah.
And also we saw how people were like enjoying themselves and having fun. And then they start coming and telling us, yo, we need this to happen every time. You know what I
Right.
mean? We need it every
So
week.
was it like a weekly event, monthly event, or sporadic?
In the beginning, it was like every 2 months. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah,
Every
yeah.
2 months. You know what I mean? Because not easy, man, to bring all these equipments, you know, to the desert.
Yeah.
Imagine you bring a big, you know, big stage. And
Right, right.
big, like, you know what I mean? Let's say the sound systems.
Yeah,
and, You
yeah.
know what I mean? And also driving, taking all the stuff to the desert. It
Right.
wasn't easy, man.
Generators and all of that.
It was crazy, man, you know?
Yeah.
But it was worth it because once we saw how people were enjoying themselves and having
Right.
fun, and actually the tickets even wasn't, you know, like cheap, you know, it was kind of like expensive because, you know, it had to cover all the expenses, right?
Right, right.
So people were enjoying, were, you know, actually requiring, you know what I mean, like asking us to do this a lot. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So we actually made it happen. And after that, from here, we were teaming up with a hotel. It's called Al Rotana.
Okay.
All right. So Al Rotana saw this. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? They saw the amount of the tickets that we've been selling. you
Right,
understand?
right.
So after that, the head of the food and beverage guy, he came to me and he said, Mackie, how about to bring this to the hotel? We have a nice venue.
Yep.
It is called Moods.
Right.
So they told me, like, Mackie, how about you come there and operate the entertainment out there and, you know, do your thing.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was like, I didn't know what is this. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
I went there, started doing my weekly events. You know, we started Mackie Entertainment. You know what I mean? And then, you know, we took it from there.
The rest
And
is history, yeah.
The rest is history.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said
yeah.
it. You said it, yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, what I appreciate about your story, and because I've witnessed that. I wasn't there for the desert parties, but I was there for the moods part. And I remember when I first touched down here in Alain, in the UAE specifically, and I was like, okay, it was a Friday. I landed like in Alain like on the Thursday. I landed in Abu Dhabi. I was here for about a week, and then I moved directly to Alain, right? And then you know, the first night I met a friend of mine named Lennox, you know, who's also a DJ.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Sir Lennox,
shout
man.
out to Lennox. Yeah, man. Good guy, bro. Good guy. Definitely one of the people who took me under his wing and introduced me to a lot of things. So definitely salute to you, bro. Like, for real. But yeah, I met him, man, and we went out to Moods, right? We went out on that Friday. It was a Friday or Saturday?
It was Thursdays.
Thursdays?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it was a Thursday.
Urban Thursdays, yeah.
Yeah, and it was popping, bro. I was like, I walked around like, this little city got this people in here. I was like, all right, cool. But I didn't know you at the time, right? It was just me just getting familiar. And just seeing that, bro, and it just made you think like, okay, this is not going to be, because at first I was like, man, I don't know if I want to live in Alain. It's not like nothing going on, right? And then I experienced that, and I was like, oh, it's a vibe here. You know what I mean? And I was a regular. I became, you know, I was there every other weekend or whatever, or every other week. And I saw your growth, man, from that process. So then you started booking artists and, you know, bigger DJs and just, you know, the growth. So what inspired you to go from like just a regular, you know, having a night to actually bringing people from outside of the UAE or outside of Alain to your events to kind of help with the promotion?
Actually, you know, it was the hunger, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not lying to you.
Did you have that vision already?
Yeah, it was actually the hunger because, you know, normally, you know, when you reach to a certain point in your career, you know what I mean? You're always looking for growth.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, from where I have started and where I have reached, I felt like, you know, I need to get to another
Next level. Yeah.
Another level, right? So every milestone that I used to cross, I had always like, okay, I did this. I need now to look for something that, you know, keep interesting people more.
Right.
So when I found myself like rocking the city every weekend, now, you know, I came to the point where like I need to keep exciting these people, you know, and keep these people coming, right?
Right.
So I had this in my mind that I would like, you know, I would like to see a couple of stars come to the city, and you know what I mean. Me also having the love for the city as well. I felt like I want to see Alain. You know, I had this dream in mind that I want to see Alain, like, you know what I mean, like I don't want to say promoting the city,
Right, right.
but I would say like letting those artists come to the city and experience the city.
Because Alane City does have a lot to offer, especially from a historical context, right? Like Alane is like, the Sheikh was born there, right? So it was like, it was one of those situations where, if you don't know because you know about the glitz and glamour of Dubai and you know about, Abu Dhabi being, that financial hub, Alane is, from a global standpoint, is not on the map, right? Like from a global standpoint.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Al Ain is known as they have the biggest club in UAE. It's called Al Ain Club.
Yeah.
Al Ain Club is
Okay.
actually one of the biggest clubs in football club in
oh,
Asia.
football. Yeah.
In Asia, that's what's like when you mention Al Ain, you always remember the football side.
club. Yeah.
Also, it's known for the green.
Yeah, the green city,
city because of the parks and the beautiful mountains and all of that.
Yep.
But a part of that, you know what I mean, there is nothing much. So I had to,
you were putting on for the entertainment side of LA.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what what I was trying to do,
right?
And bring to the city and trying to make some signature. You know what I mean when it comes to entertainment city. But later on, I felt like there is like high ceiling, like there is highest.
Yeah. You can only grow so far, so much, right?
Yeah. I felt like I reached to the peak. And then after that, I felt, I need to get into like, bigger zone where I had to move to the booking side, start booking the artists, right? Booking them to Al Ain City. And then after that, like
going more of the UAE based.
Yeah, expanding the process and taking them, to different cities. And then, we expanded to the neighbor countries,
right?
You know what I mean, like Oman, Bahrain, Qatar, and then it just went, went just in the Middle East side, and we took it global.
Yeah. So one of the things that you talk about is like, okay, you're reaching the ceiling, right? And you didn't stop. You didn't be like, okay, this is as big as it's going to get. You actually took this idea and applied your strategy to other, areas, right? Which I think most people get capped off, right? Most people will be like, okay, I'm good, I'm big in this city, I don't need to do no more or whatever. They don't think about going outside the box. So you was thinking outside the box and making sure that you grow your brand, right? So at the time, it was just, you were primarily focused on, Mackie Entertainment, the booking agency, and you got bookings all over the UAE, right? But as of recently, you kind of expanded outside of just bookings, right? So you expanded into another lane. Can you tell us about like this area now?
Okay. Let me just, that's why I said, after COVID or like during COVID, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So while I was busy, doing all these events and, booking all these artists and traveling to different countries and seeing different places, COVID came.
Yeah.
Right.
What a tough time, bro.
Yeah, it was kind of like a big shock for all the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
All the people. So imagine like all the airports get shut down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Flight getting canceled and all these things. And events actually stopped, you know what I mean?
Yeah, ground halt. So that, no more events, no more Mackie Entertainment music. Mackie Entertainment
events, right? So no more events.
Right.
So now we have to, to find another hustle.
To pivot.
We need to figure out another way to like nobody thought of COVID, right?
Right.
Nobody understood what is that until the moment that I felt about, you know what I mean. I need to find way, to get monetized,
right?
Monetize, monetize from a different directions. So I had just I did my own homework, and I thought of like, okay, I know a lot of artists, right?
Right.
I know a lot of artists,
so
and
you
also.
Sorry, my bad. I ain't want to cut you off, but you maintain those relationships with the artists that you book, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's how important relationships are. Relationships are extremely important in the music industry because it will help you catapult into the next segment of your venture.
Yeah, that's number one. And number two, what actually made me think of that as well, I was like thinking, what if COVID lasts for
forever, like a long time?
Forever, you know what I mean? So it was a scary part. So I had to move to digital side.
Yeah.
I have to.
So you had to think outside the box and actually create an opportunity that lives in the digital world versus the
Online
real world.
business.
Online.
Something has to come with the online business. And also you say that, maintain a relationship with the artist. I had to find this play that it could make me, do something, for the company. So I had to go to the music business side. And I have to shout out to you, Berto Brown, because that time, when I was actually going out, and he was actually around us around that time. He was always telling me about, yo, bro, you know what I mean? You know a lot of artists, you know what I mean? You need to get into the music business, get into the music business. And I was like, what is the music business? You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not lying to you, bro. I'm not lying to you. I have to say this, and in front of the camera, you are the reason why give me, the spots.
Some ideas.
The spots on, like, okay, I know there is something called music business.
Right.
But I didn't know what is that.
Right. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Like,
so actually you gave me some insights, and also, like, you also inspired us, you know what I mean, on the way of, like, trying to help those upcoming artists, you know what I mean, and pushing new artists, and also, like, making distribution, and also creating your own platform. That's actually what's opened my eyes in the beginning.
Right.
You understand? And then I took the privilege of me having the relationship, and I started first with the A&R work. I started with the A&R work. I combined two different cultures together. You know what I mean? I remember the first work we had, it was actually bringing those artists from outside UAE, and we're doing for them the, what they call it, the DSB run.
So we ran to the DSPs. We took, I'll let you name the artists, but we took some big artists and we took them to Angami and Spotify and TikTok and, Deezer at the time, and, like
that was actually the beginning of opening and the ideas of learning the music business. Because me, going
and having the relationships with those key folks as well, like the people that's in those buildings. So you had a relationship with the artists and the people that's inside the buildings.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, me being going out with you and the crew. You know what I mean?
Nah, man, it's a back and forth, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You gave me energy, I gave you energy. You know what I mean? We applied that, but without you, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that, and I saw how, people, the artists were, like, getting the knowledge and getting the information.
Right.
You know what I mean? And also I understood what the reason behind that, you know what I mean? So that actually gave me extra, motivation to get into the music business. So thanks to you, my brother.
Man, thank you, bro.
For that, you know what I mean? Then immediately we start, doing this A&R work, right? And connecting different, like, bridging two different cultures. I think the first song was, the first two artists we connected was Scales from Nigeria and
Reem
artists. No, I'm talking about when it comes to the songs. Okay, and then after that we did the Moroccan remix for that artist. Her name Reem. We did also remix with the Scales as well. And then we just kept moving, and we started, like, the result wasn't that great in the beginning. But I have seen the growth, and I've seen also the feedback, and I've seen how people were looking at me in a certain way, like, you need to keep going and keep expanding. So I had just to keep doing, the booking, and also the same side. At the same time, I was, like, making sure to grow that music business side until to get the full information.
So with the collaborations, and you putting together the collaborations between these two cultures and artists, right? What made you think of that? What made you think of, like, all right, this song? Because I remember a conversation that we had, because I don't, like, personally, I didn't know about certain things. Like, Reem, for instance, Demi Porque, it was a big song in Morocco, but it didn't come across my radar. So it made you, or even Kandaka, like when Kandaka first came out, I've heard it, but I didn't know, like, but you actually, like, made it happen. You know what I mean? I would have never thought of that at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what made you think of that? Like, let me combine this sound with this sound and mesh up. Like, what made that thought process?
Okay, just to be honest, I just look at everything from the, you know what I mean, the help, the helping, you know what I mean, process. You know what I mean, the helping process.
What
Because
can you do to help?
yeah,
So
first,
always add value.
yeah, the helping process, because when I, at the end of the day, you need to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You write cards, right? You
Right,
need to use
right.
the right cards, and
100%.
how you are going to let those people, opening doors to you,
Right.
and, telling them that you can be a part of their, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what they have going on. Yep.
Exactly. So when I approach actually those artists in the beginning, I look at it from the Scales, first of all, is a friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? Scales is a friend of mine. Is one of the artists that we've been doing a lot of bookings since like 7-8 years.
You're the first one to bring him to the UAE, right?
Yes. Sir. Actually, not the first one who I brought him to UAE, but let's say I'm the second person, but after that we kept the relationship.
You was the main one that kept on bringing.
And became his exclusive agent.
Right.
On this side. So we had this relationship, and me and Skills were talking about
growing,
expanding, you know what I mean, or like do the collaboration. Skills was always talking to me about doing collaboration in the Middle East, you know what I mean?
Because it's power in that. It's power in the collaborations. You know what I mean?
Collaboration. So I was telling him, like, Scales, how about you doing collaboration with artists from Sudan, artists from Morocco? He was always, welcoming the ideas, you understand? And going to the other side, you know what I mean? The other side, which is from Sudan and Morocco, telling them about, how about you guys doing collaboration with Scales? They were so, you know what I mean? So welcoming, so happy, you know what I mean? Because the Afrobeat was booming.
Yeah.
That moment, Afrobeat was like, during,
coming up,
during the peak, you know what I mean?
Right.
So they saw it as it's an opportunity for them to take, and we started doing those collaboration. And me personally, I'm from Sudan, right? I didn't say this. I'm from Sudan,
right?
So I'm considered from Middle East, right?
Right.
So I also looked at it from the business as well,
right,
perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so as my company here in Dubai, and I'm from Middle East, you know what I mean, from Sudan. So I had to also, dig into the music business on this side, because nobody actually knew me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, from the beginning. So I had to give this,
starting from scratch.
Yeah.
And you didn't have a cosign. You did it from the muscle. It wasn't like anybody was like in the beginning. It wasn't like Mackie Entertainment, this person saying Mackie Entertainment. That came from you, like, actually coming up. So you didn't need the cosigns for somebody else to vouch for you. You just put in the work, right?
Yes, exactly. It was actually the work, and also, also believe in the process. You know what I mean? Believe
and not being afraid to go after it.
Never.
Because you know what? I noticed that a lot of people, they're timid. Like, they would never made that connection. They would have never been like, let me approach this person. You know what I'm saying? They would have never they would have never tried to make that connection happen. They would have just been sitting on it. You know what I mean? But you wasn't afraid. You went out there and you tried. You know what I mean? And if it worked, it worked. And just so happened it worked.
Exactly. If they see it, if they see the opportunity, they will take it. If you don't see the opportunity, you know what I mean, they miss it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I always looked at it from the the point of, like, I have the privilege of holding down the Afro beats.
Right.
You know what I mean? At that moment, because me, I had all these names, you know what I mean, at that time. Like, one thing about the booking part, it's give me the blessings.
Right.
It gave me the blessing from the beginning. Like, booking artists like Rema for the first time in Middle East, it gave me, you know what I mean? That's like hype in the beginning.
Big, bro.
Booking Afrobeat, booking Omale, booking all these names.
Yeah.
Fireboy, like, the names that I was booking in the beginning, people were like, who's this guy? Who's this guy?
They didn't even know. Like, so that's just a testament to your ear for music as well, because it's like most people, if they don't know the artist, they not booking. But you were able to, like, spot the talent in the beginning and then be like, okay, I want this guy to come over here and do a show, blah, blah, blah. And then realizing, like, this person will be a superstar, because you looked at them before they were superstars, right? You had it, like, they were already big, but it's not superstars in the way they are now. You know what I mean? You were able to spot that talent from the get-go,
Actually, yeah, A lot of people been telling me this. You know.
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
You got a good ear, bro. You got an
Yeah, a lot
amazing
of
ear,
people
bro.
thanks
Yeah,
to you,
yeah.
bro. A lot of people been saying this to me that you have this.
It's
You
like a gift, bro.
yeah, you have this.
Yeah.
You know, even Afrobeat was telling Afrobeat was with me. He was telling this guy Smade
Yeah.
from Afro Nation. Smade
Yeah,
is
yeah,
here.
yeah.
So Smade is one of he's actually the biggest organizer of the Afrobeats festival in the world. He
Word.
got something called Afro Nation.
Yeah.
So he was introducing me to. I didn't know that. You know, he was introducing me to Smade, and he told him this guy. He's the first person who booked. He's the first person who booked all the Afrobeat artists in the
Yeah.
Middle East. He's the first one who got them. He got all these guys. He got Rema. He got me. He got
Yep.
Omale. He's the person holding down. I was looking at. Imagine you looking
Yeah.
at artists telling.
Bragging about you.
Yeah. I
Usually
was-
it's the opposite way.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, I think,
Just talk to the mic a little
yeah,
bit.
I think it's
You can move it to adjust to
Oh,
you.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's a blessing, you know what I mean, to be honest.
Yeah.
I looked at it as a blessing. I look at it as, me getting the credits, you know what I mean, like that
Right.
in front of the people, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because
yeah.
normally
It's that validation that you was like, damn, I really did this. You
yeah,
know? Yeah.
And also we've been a part of a success of many artists here in the region.
Right.
I mean, artists who came to the region and we helped them, to go in
yeah.
the region, like
Facts.
like Rema, and you was actually with me on the boat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I had Rema here and we took him to the DSPs.
Yep.
And I remember the moment when he was asking for pushing his music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Asking for pushing his music. And,
Right.
And
at the time, a lot of these artists didn't even understand the music business. They didn't even understand how valuable going on these runs were. They didn't even get it. You know what I mean? They was like, why want to go to Spotify? Why want to go there? You know what I mean? But they don't know the extra push that you could get or the extra information that you could get. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't even understand it, So it's almost like you had to sell them kind of, you know what I mean, to come to the Spotify or whatever. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, continuing of Rema's story,
yeah.
forward than that, okay?
Right.
His song, Come Down,
Yeah.
it went to number one
Number one, yep.
in the MENA charts,
Yep.
you know what I mean? And
It
that's
like broke the record.
it went, number one, and the song actually, you know what I mean, it was making all these waves, and
Yep.
we took, we related it to the moment that we took him to the DSPs.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
We're not gonna say that we are the
Yeah, we can't take all the credit, but it definitely added a push. You know what I mean? It definitely added a value to making that song be what it was. It was going to be good anyway, but we took it to the next level by using the relationships and using these DSP runs to help support the project that was upcoming. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and after that song, everybody start like believing, the importance of doing the same process. And I have seen a lot of artists, man, wanting to do the same thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've seen actually big artists.
Yeah.
Big artists like Davido and I think Wizkid, or like some artists, they start coming to the DSPs and they were big. You know what I mean? So Middle East actually was a hunt for a lot of artists after Baby Come Down to the number one.
Yeah.
on the MENA
Because they
charts.
seen the value, bro. Like, and that's what artists has to remember. One of the things that I want to do on the podcast is drop a little bit of game. And one of the things, advice that you want to give to artists is like, yo, you're not bigger than the program. I don't care how big of an artist you are. You're not bigger than the program. You need the program to survive. You need these DSPs. You need to show support. You need to show love. You need to really, you can't be bigger than the program itself. You know what I mean? Because without the program, you will cease to exist. So you need those relationships, bro.
You need it.
And that's what a lot of artists don't realize, bro. I was like, I talk to so many people, and they, sometimes, not all artists, you have your good artists, right? And your artists that understand the game plan, but you have some artists that be like, I don't need this. And then you see 1 year later, they not around no more. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna name names, but there's been a few artists that they thought they were bigger than the program and easily got chewed up by the game. You know what I mean? And spit out without ever being, and trying to come back now and try to come back around. And, some of the most popular artists, I'm not going to say no names from the States or from, but they not around no more. They might be big, but they not as big as they once was because they thought they were bigger than the program.
They need to learn the music business. We say that it's a music
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
So
Yep.
if you want to get into the music business,
Yep.
you need to follow the music business.
Exactly. It's a model. And it's blueprints all over the place. It's just a matter of how much you want to dig into other people's story and understand them as an artist. You know what I mean? And understand their team around them as well, because it's not one person that could do it. You know what I mean? It's like it takes a team of people to actually create the movement. You know what I mean? And that's whether it's a videographer, whether it's a person that could do, you know, the bookings, or as a person that can do the A&R aspect, or the person that could do, you know, the sound recording or whatever. Record your next song at Wave Sound Studio, by the way. But you know, yeah, it doesn't you know, you just need a team of people that have like that create and can see your vision come to life, right? You can't do it all by yourself, and that's the important part that a lot of artists need to know.
It's very important.
Yeah, man. And with you build a solid team around you too, bro. Like you got like a solid group of solid relationships with people that's in the industry, whether it's people like me who is independent, or people that work for these big brands. And how important has those relationships become in your success thus far?
You say this is a team, bro.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a team. It's a team makes the dream. You know,
teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's very important to maintain and keep relationship and you know, like, you know, get to know a lot of people and maintain those relationship with them, because at the end of the day, if you want to, you know, let your work sound outside, you know what I mean, you have to make sure that, you know, to tap in with the right people in different industries. So definitely, man, you know, we start having a good relationship with you know, few. Again, thanks to you, bro. We know I met a lot of people, you know, from you know, through you, through AudioSwim. AudioSwim, it was the door. I would say this, you know, out loud. AudioSwim, it was the door opening for Mackie Entertainment to get into the zone of, bro, you know, the zone of knowing all these circles. You know what I mean? Knowing one person, then another person will take you to another, you know, to the other person. That's how it's worked in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then after that, people, of course, they start reaching out to you on the social media. Let's meet up. Let's have coffee. Let's know you. Let's get to know you more and all these, you know, stories. So, yeah, it's very important to have, you know, relationships. You know, just to, you know, apply what you want to apply when it comes to, you know, strategy. You know what I mean?
Strategy, having that strategy is important,
you know,
bro.
In terms of, you know, any project that you want to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's actually. You know, the importance of the team, and also knowing me, I'm signing an Emirati artist named Isa. That was actually
that's gonna be my next. We'll get into that, but before we get into that, let's talk about some defining moments of Mackie Entertainment, right? You've had an unfortunate situation with the artist that came here before, and for some reason or another, they didn't fulfill their duties, and you know, it is what it is. You know, whatever happened. But how do you go about dealing with hardships in the industry? Like, you know, from certain pain points or whatever. Did it ever make you want to give up, or did it ever make you want to, you know, just like forget it? Like, I'm gonna just do something else. Have you ever had any of those moments? And then we'll get into this. You know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think now I have to. This actually, there is only one big, you know, one big incident that happened, you know, with me. That was actually my beginning of the booking process. You know
right.
I remember I met Silento.
Yeah.
He was actually coming to Dubai for a show, and I had the chance to meet him through a friend. His name Ahmed Khalfan.
Okay.
I went to Silento, and I had this in my mind, because, you know, Silento at that time was underage, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about to bring him to, you know, the teenagers kind of events, you know, for my city, because at that time I was popping, and, you know, I was doing all these things in Al Ain city, right?
Right.
So I went to Silento, and I gave him the idea of, like, you know, I want him to come to the city and do an activation when we do for him a big event, and he loved the idea, because Silento never had any like, you know, kind of event for that
teenage crowd,
exactly.
And especially not over here.
It's not, like, doesn't happen much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he liked the idea, and after that he told me, cool. They gotta go back to the States, but as soon as they'll be coming to this region, they will let me know, and then we can make it happen. So
Right.
they went back to the States, and I remember his manager, I forgot his name. He reached out to me and he told me, "Yo, Mackie, we coming. We have a show in Doha, and we want you guys to." Like, how about to do this event that you was talking about with Silento? And he told me to reach out to a person, her name Jenna. That was, the official whatever agent in the region, as what they told me at that time. So I reached out to Jenna and I spoke to her and I told her like, okay, my name is Mackie. I'm from LA and I want Silento for a show in LA. And she's like, okay, cool. This is the price. This is whatever. And you will only need to bring Silento from Doha to UAE and fly me back. I was like, okay, that's cool. After we agreed, we had the contract and everything. Jenna, like after we had everything, done, the contracts signed, the promotion was running. You know what I mean? She came to me a week later or 10 days later. She came to me and she was like, Mackie, I have a bad news. Silento won't be able to come to Doha because the show it's canceled.
Right.
And if you want Silento to come, you have to bring him from the States. You know what I mean?
Right.
To UAE and do the show. Plus, you will have either to increase the payment or you will have to get extra shows for him.
Right.
So, that time I wasn't me right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I had to she put me under pressure. It's cool. I had to run a couple of my contacts and spoke to them about Silento. And they welcomed the idea.
Right.
They welcomed the idea. They loved it and they booked him. It was Oman, Jordan, and Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi City, yeah. We did the thing, you know what I mean. They paid the deposit. I give it to Jenna,
right,
and then after that, I was waiting for all the information, which is like the press kits, the video drop, as the contract,
right,
it's follow, right?
Everything that's in it,
yeah. Jenna was actually slowing in responding, you know what I mean? Slowing in replying, and she was putting me under pressure. All these promoters waiting for they want the press kits to promote, and
they got to start marketing.
Yeah,
they need to pack the place out.
Yeah, so the moment I was like getting pressure, I was pressuring Jenna. Right. So the more I was like, when I started pressuring Jenna, she started giving me different side of. You know what I mean? Of the other face.
Right.
Yeah. So
she started trying to run a game.
Yeah, the game.
That's the downside of the business, yo.
And I was like, I didn't know what is this because as I told you, it was just in my beginning. So Jenna, then after that she came. Like I had to book the flight for him. I had to book the flight for him from the States to here, right? So I was having the flight information. The moment Silento arrived to Dubai, all right, I had to I was supposed to come, right? So Jenna was like, Mackie, you don't have to come to the airport. I was like, what do you mean I don't have to go to the airport to welcome the artist? She was like, yeah, Silento, you will be tired, whatever. Then I was like, normally I don't insist to go to the, I'm not that kind of person, but that actually gave me
wrong way.
Yeah, so I felt like I need to go and check it out by myself. I went to the I surprised Jenna because I was having the flight information. So I went to the airport. I met Silento, and Silento came to me, and he was he didn't say even hello to me. He was looking at me in a certain way, like, Mackie, you didn't do right. I was like, what do you mean? He said, bro, like how people promoting my events and you know what I mean, and I'm not getting paid. And then I looked at Jenna, and Jenna was like, yeah, Mackie didn't pay for 2 shows or 1 show. She was saying some stuff that. I was like, what's going on?
And I know you do good business, so it was like,
yeah, like I was like, what's happening? I didn't know what's going on. So she had to push Silento, and they run to the car and they left. And I was like, I need to follow them and understand because the next day I was having a show in another city.
So you need to make sure you show up for that.
Yeah, right. So I mean, another country was in. The first show was in Oman the next day.
Yeah.
So I had to go to the hotel and speak to them, and I was like, guys, what's going on? He said, I don't know. All I have received is 3 shows only. There's one show is missing. I was like, Jenna, what are you saying? Jenna completely switched her mind. She switched her face to me. She was like, no, you didn't pay. I was like, what?
Oh,
Like,
that's crazy.
and she didn't want me to. She didn't want me to show Silento all the documents, all these things, because
Right.
she was
'Cause she was stealing money.
she was yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you said it. So she was distancing me from
Right.
meeting the guy
Right.
and the manager. And I realized the manager also was, cooperating with Jenna for some private reasons, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So all these pressures, all this stuff, Silento, he said he need actually his full payment,
Mm-hmm.
all right, before the flight's time comes, because the
Yeah.
flight was booked. So of course I'm not gonna, you know what I mean. The promoter's not gonna pay. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
So he missed his flight. He didn't go to Oman.
Yeah.
That was the first show. The second show was supposed to happen in Jordan,
Right.
in Amman. That was also another play, another story where, like, Jenna was talking. Jenna was actually taking advantage of the stress was going on, and she
Right.
had to connect directly with the promoters out there. And she was telling, she was talking, shit about me. Sorry, excuse me to say, yeah,
cool.
she was
Yeah, we
talking,
had it.
yeah,
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
about
you
me,
good.
and she was like, Mackie, he doesn't know how to handle his business, whatever.
So she tried to destroy your
So,
reputation.
yeah, my reputation, you know what I mean? So she can, cross, back cross my.
Just for little show money.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And she told him, like, if you want Silent to come to Jordan, you need to double up the payment, and you need to book a full week, 1 week stay in Dubai when he come back. So these guys, they had no choice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't even know about this until,
Right. Until everything. Yeah.
yeah, until it's finished. They start talking to me and they showed me the message. I was like, guys, why didn't tell me from the beginning?
Right.
Anyway, they went to Jordan, they did the show. So the following day was the show in Al Ain, which is the main reason why he was supposed to come here.
Right.
Right? And the third show, actually, that was actually my main event.
Yeah.
So they saw all these, up and downs and all these problems and, you know what I mean, all these
Right.
issues. So they knew this is my main show.
Right.
So they had to, you know what I mean?
Try to sabotage it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got called from Jenna the next day. I was going to the airport to pick him up from the airport to bring him, to an end city, right?
Yeah.
So while I was driving to the airport, I got a call from Jenna, and Jenna was telling me, like, yo, Mackie decided to miss his flight
Yeah.
in Jordan to come to Lane. And that show was afternoon flight, so there's
Right.
no way that he can
He
catch
can come and do it. Yeah.
catch another flight and do the show.
Right.
I was like, okay, I was like, I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it that they want, they just wanted to, do like.
And that's the crazy thing about having certain people around you, right? Because if you don't have the right people around you, it can actually destroy you as an artist, right? And it can try to destroy the people, like the reputation of whoever you're doing business with, just because of having the wrong people around you, man. And that's what a lot of younger artists get caught up in, because of the whole, famous and just being young and new to the industry, man. They don't really realize, like, if you got the wrong people around you, man, you're not gonna
Management.
You're gonna fail. Yeah, management. Even just people in your circle, man. Just having people feeding you the wrong advice or just feeding you BS and you not being on top of your paperwork, or being on top of your game, man. It just really can destroy you as an artist. Which we, unfortunately, as history is told, he went down this rabbit hole of like, like we're at now, and it's not because of him. It's just because of having the wrong people around him.
100%.
Yeah.
That's actually, that's the, like, this is the core of the story now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But coming to the to the main point, after he missed the
Right.
shows, not the show, the shows. It was 2 shows, and then I had to cancel the third show. So when this happened, when he missed the flight and I got the call, I had to run, like, immediately calling my team, who the organizers. I had to tell them, like, yo, guys, listen. Silent is not gonna come, unfortunately. So
Right.
I need you guys to inform everybody that Silento is not gonna come, and I need you guys to refund all the payments to all the
Right.
the people who came to the events,
Mm-hmm.
and keep the party going, keep the events going, let them have fun, and,
Right.
you know what I mean, let them enjoy themselves, and just announced that we'll fix it later on.
Right.
That the moment that actually happened to me, it was one of the worst thing, you know what I mean.
Right,
And
right.
then I had to face all these like
Yeah, the
the
people.
loan.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah, I have to face all these things and fix it up. It was actually a big story.
Yeah.
It's a long story, bro. If I have to get into it, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
This needs a whole episode.
whole
by
episode,
itself.
yeah,
But
yeah.
but just to close it, I finalized it. I finalized the issue and I refund. Actually, they paid. They have to pay for that.
Yeah.
The agent has to get to the jail and.
Yeah.
She,
You had to do what you had to do in order to keep your reputation intact, as well as keep the show rolling. You know what I mean? At the end of the
Exactly.
day.
I have to
Yeah.
get my reputation.
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Now, fast forward to now, bro. Like you had the #1 song on TikTok. You have a new artist that you signed. You had the #1 song of the summer. You was popping. You had you're nominated for the awards and everything, man. So how did you get into that mode, right? To executive mode, like music business mogul, as well as discovering the talent that you have with Issa. I'm gonna just say his name.
Yeah, Issa Abdullah. Yeah. Okay. Coming to the time that was end of 2023.
Yeah.
End of 2023. When my brother Ahmed came back from Sudan.
Yeah.
And he just settled in UAE. We had this conversation about I think I'm going to get into the music business deeply.
Right.
So he is like, yeah, let's do it together and stuff like that, because Ahmed is one of the best.
Super talented.
Yeah,
Super talented.
he's very good producer and a music composer. You know what I mean? We actually we opened the studio. We had a little studio, 3-tier studio, and we start actually, you know what I mean, put in concrete the plan about what we need to do and how we're gonna take it further. And we're talking about the beginning of. In my mind, I was talking about thinking of in the beginning of 2024, I have to start launching my record label, my record label. Yeah. So while I was going out and coming back to the studio, I met this guy who was actually vibing with Ahmed. They would play music, and I didn't know who's this guy in the beginning. Then I was like. This is this guy, you know what I mean, he sounds very good. So I have to, I asked him who you are, and Ahmed told me this is Issa Abdullah. He's a brother of another artist from UAE,
right?
And also he's getting back. He was actually singing before, but he stopped for a while. He had to get back to the game, and they start, you know what I mean, recorded some music. When I listened to the music, immediately I knew this is actually going to be a perfect intro for Mackie Entertainment to get into the game.
Right.
Because it's we are located in Middle East, and the vision actually was to start from the Middle East, you know what I mean, because that's where the majority. Right.
Once again, your ear.
Yeah, exactly. So immediately I spoke, we spoke, and we shared the vision, we shared the all the stuff, and we just clicked. We had the first song recorded. It was Kit Kati, right? And like 3 months or 4 months later, we just released it, and the song just went viral. It went viral, bro. Like the moment it went viral, I didn't understand what is this. You know what I mean? It went viral on TikTok, and people were using the sound. You know what I mean? Like small kids, big, like everybody were using the sound,
Right.
To the moment that when I heard the song, I was going to one of the cafes and I heard the song, while I was chilling, and I knew, like when I heard the song, I thought somebody knows me playing the song for me.
Right.
But when I heard the song, I was like, I think we made it.
You got one.
Yeah,
you had one.
I think we made it. I called Issa. I was like, bro, the song is actually popping over here. And then later on, we saw the song is just getting to the top of the charts of TikTok billboards. It went #1, and we celebrated. And that's actually was, it was that moment that it gave me, letting me know that I'm in the right process.
Right.
I'm doing well right now, and I need to keep going.
Yeah. That's what we need, bro. We need more people like you, man. You know what I mean? More people like you, man, because you definitely are motivating, man. So look.
Thank you, bro.
Bro, one thing I will say, man, is I appreciate you because of our history, and I thank you for getting me to where I'm at, because without you, there's no me, man. And I really appreciate it. I gotta say that on camera, you know what I mean? Because you have helped me out. Like a lot of these artists who you introduced me to, bro, I wouldn't even no access. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you, man, because that helped create the space that we in, you know? Like it helped me build those relationships from the outside and inside, you know what I mean? And I appreciate you for that, bro. Like, so thank you.
No, no, bro. Listen, like, you say that this way, it actually, it's just given gift.
Yeah.
It's actually a teamwork.
Yeah. Teamwork make the dream work. Like
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because a lot of people doesn't understand the fact that the importance of having a partners.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you one of those partners that people cannot ignore.
Right.
You know what I mean? They cannot ignore the fact that they need the right partners of the right, team.
Right.
You know what I mean? To keep them around. You know what I mean?
Right.
And actually, we since day one we just
Yeah,
clicked,
man.
and the
100%.
moment I was having something, you saw it in me, and you was like, bro, let's do this and let's do that, and then you made your own side, I made my own side, and we both went. We just flew, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's what it is, man. So look, in the interest of time, man, we got to wrap it up, but it's definitely going to be a part 2, man. So I appreciate you having you on the show. AudioSwim Podcast, the home of the music hustle. Make sure you grab that new book, The Art of the Music Industry Hustle.
You made the book?
Yeah, man. Number 1 right now, man. Number 1 in 3 categories,
Dave,
bro.
I gotta buy.
You know what I mean?
I gotta buy this book.
Yeah.
I gotta
appreciate
buy this.
You, man.
I gotta increase the knowledge, man.
Yeah. We there, bro. We there. But yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. Make sure you record your podcast on air podcast, and we out.